Yeah, you know who it is, man. It's King Pryce. Millionaire Minded Music is Triple M, man. I'm here with Underground Alley. You know what it is. Let's get it.
Down, down low, down low, down low, down, down low, down low, down low, low.
Ooh, chasing pay, that's the move. Every day, that's what we do. We people winning, we watching them lose. Chasing pay, that's the move. Ain't no breaks, that's the rules. I'm chasing until it's a hole in my shoes. Running down for them dollars. 100 miles in an hour. All this money got me feeling like ooh. Ain't no breaks, that's the rules. Every day, that's what we do. Chasing pay, that's the move.
Hey, this is Bliss Alley, and you're now rocking with Underground Alley. And today's guest, we got King Pryce in the building.
Yeah, you know.
How you
what it
doing?
is. Doing good, man. Happy to be here with you. Underground Alley, you know what it is, man.
Yeah, I've been waiting for this interview for a long time, and I'm happy to have you here. Thank you for coming through.
Yeah, nah, it's listen, it's part of the routine. This is what has to happen. It's not gonna be the first time that we gonna see each other. So we can get started, get into it, man. Let's go.
Of course. So where are you from originally?
I mean, I was born in North Carolina. Right once I was born, I as a baby, I went straight to Indiana with my moms and my pops, and then I moved to New York probably like the age 2, 3, and then I've been in Brooklyn ever since. I grew up in Flatbush on East 21st. You know what I'm saying? It was a rough block, but then I moved to a even rougher neighborhood, Brownsville, Brooklyn. That's where I'm at currently. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, that's the trenches right there.
Trenches for real.
What made you name yourself King Pryce?
I mean, well, originally my name was Pryce, just Pryce alone, because basically the price of something has to get paid. No matter what you want, you gotta pay that price. My name is Pryce, so that means what? You gotta pay me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's right.
My son's mother, actually, she was one of the first ones to throw it out there, like you should put a king in front of your name because you're a king. You should strive to be a king. As a black man, you should hold yourself to high standards. So I'm like, you know what, I got a ring to it. So that became my name, probably like since '05.
Okay. Well, thanks to her. She get credit for that.
You know, she get credit for that.
Of course. Sometimes you need the queen to take over the throne, you know?
You know.
Who were your biggest influencers in the hip-hop culture and why?
Alright, well, my biggest influences, when I first got my introduction into hip-hop, it was really when I used to spend my summers in North Carolina. My cousin Antron, he used to have the blank tapes, and he used to have the track list at the back, like the first mixtape. So I used to be like Cannabis and Wu-Tang and Tupac. So that was like kind of like my first experience hearing music. My uncle, he used to draw Wu-Tang signs on everything. I didn't even know what that was at the time until I got old enough to understand who they was.
Yeah.
But as far as like my influences personally, definitely Jay-Z, definitely Nas, Biggie, Pop, the Lox. It's a bunch of people, even Cam, even from back in the days, SDE and all that, man. Like Cam is that dude too. But one of my heaviest influences, I would say, is 50 Cent. You know what I mean? And because when I started listening to 50, he taught me how to actually write hooks. Because I didn't write hooks before. I used to just write, fill up the paper, flip it over, and keep going until the end of the beat. Like he made the structure of songwriting so simplistic. So I caught on to it, and I got better and better with hooks, and that became like one of my specialties. You know?
Okay, yeah, and based off of listening to the songs, I can definitely hear it.
Yeah,
hear it in your music.
I used to say that. I used to hear people say that to me all the time. Like, yo, you sound like 50. You know, it wasn't intentional, but it's just, I guess, the songwriting style.
Yeah, definitely was the blueprint. You have an album out now called Conversations with a King.
Yeah.
Which I've listened to, and I've also had the opportunity to be a part of this great record.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, I do appreciate that you allowed me to be on that album with you. How long did it take for you to create the album, and what about this album makes it different from your previous work?
I'm gonna say this album took about 8 to 10 months. It was because I had my first single, which was Dollars, last year, and I let certain people hear it. I was gonna release it as a single, but I decided to actually put together an album. It's actually Conversation with the King is my first album.
Okay.
I've been doing music since '03, and I have never put out an album. I always did what I call street albums because it's a mixtape, but I do my music with hooks. I make up my own songs to those beats, so it wasn't like I was remixing anything. So those are street albums for me. I got about like 3 of those, 4 of those actually. And then I'm like, yo, it's about time. I gotta have stuff on streaming platforms. It's very important to have your music out there for people to just be able to access it very easily.
If you could choose between Kanye and Drake right now, who would you work with and why? Because there's a little feud going on between the two.
Yeah, definitely feuding. I would go with Kanye, honestly, because with Drake, you basically gonna get an artist. You may get a hit record out of it, but when you're dealing with Kanye, you're getting production. You're getting an artist as well, and his mind is just ridiculous. So I definitely go with Kanye on that one.
And you're basically getting the complete package.
Yeah,
because if it wasn't no Kanye, there wouldn't be no Drake.
Pretty
honestly. Who do you think won the versus battle? Did you watch the versus between Fat Joe and Ja Rule?
Yeah.
Who did you think?
I watched it. That's tough. I mean, I always thought Ja Rule was a very talented artist. I love Ja Rule songs. People can hate all they want. 50 made it real uncool to like them. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's my dude. He got plenty of hits. I'm gonna just say it was good for hip hop. It's no loser in the situation.
Yeah.
I think they both should just drop out new singles right now since they back relevant after the verses and everything like that. I could tell you a story if you want.
Of course.
I'm gonna tell you a story. I was with one of my boys, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna mention his name or whatever, but we used to hang around the G Unit office. So we was when it was in Madison Square Garden.
Okay.
So we was actually in 50's desk, at his desk behind the glass with the 50 Cent thing, G Unit, everything like that. So my boy said, yo, make a beat. So I'm banging on the desk and he's rapping, whatever. And he's like, yo, Dad, let me hear something. So he started banging on the desk. And then I'm rapping, and then all of a sudden he just like that. So I'm rapping. I'm like, what happened? And I'll turn around, 50 behind me, and he just had the illest, craziest grill squint, like, what you doing in here in my office? Like, he's looking at me crazy, and it's like, that was my favorite artist, and I couldn't even find the words to speak to him because he's very unapproachable.
Yes,
he has that aura, like, yeah, he's grimy. He got that aura.
But at least you got a chance to really like put out your work, and he happens to be there to listen to it. But
it was a dope experience. I wish I would have exchanged words with him because I didn't never see him after that. So
well, I mean, things happen for a reason. It wasn't your time at the time, so
definitely.
But you never know. It might come around.
You might see this underground alley.
Exactly, he will. Definitely, he will. If you weren't doing music, what would you be doing?
If I wasn't
as a career.
If I didn't do music, I probably would have been playing ball.
Okay, nice.
I was nice. I used to tear the Madison high school games up, and then I went to college and played ball too for a year.
Okay.
But what happened was I traveled to college with my studio.
Oh, okay,
so it became the popular dorm room to be in. Everybody's doing music, and that kind of consumed me, and I fell in love with doing music a little bit more, than basketball at the time. And I gave it up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And went to the music.
If you were given anywhere in the world to perform, where would it be? And why?
That's tough.
Anywhere in the world.
Anywhere in the world, but I gotta hit up New York, man. I gotta hit up Madison
Really?
Square.
If you had the opportunity anywhere, you would pick New York? I mean, even though it's your home, well, technically, well, yeah, it's considered your home.
I like all the festivals, like the Rolling Louds and all the stuff like that. Those is dope. But I would definitely want to rep for my home team. You know
Okay.
Hit up New York and hit the stage. You know what I'm saying? Madison Square, Barclays, definitely. One of the two, either or.
Have you ever performed anywhere?
Yeah, I used to perform a lot. I used to perform at Bowery Poetry Club, Amazura, Brooklyn Nights, like, a bunch of. I was a part of this organization that they had in Long Island called Strong Island HipHop.
Yeah.
So we used to be like on the public access TV, like BCAT is in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So I used to do that, interviews and shows and ciphers and things like that. But just from a business standpoint, I felt like I had to grow a little bit more with doing my shows. I didn't want, cause like if I go do a perform, somebody likes what they hear, and they leave and they like, yo, what's that dude's name? And they don't remember me. They can't look me up. So I started to want to go to these shows with merch.
Yeah.
Go to these shows with some track rhino cards that you can pull up the album or the video and just be more organized so that you could leave with a lasting impression. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pretty much. So I got an album out now. Conversations with a King is streaming globally on all platforms, even on Soundcloud and YouTube.
Check it out.
I'm gonna just work the album.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now the shows start and the interviews start. You know what I mean?
And I'm glad that you started with me as your
the
first
first
interviewer.
one.
Yes. And you have Millionaire Minded Music Group.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, that's my label. I'm the president of Millionaire Minded Music Group.
Okay.
We used to go by another name back in the days, Blue City Records, but I kind of outgrew the name because that name became like intertwined with a lot of different things. Like when people hear Blue City, they think it's Crip automatically, and I don't really want no affiliations with no kind of gang stuff or anything like that. So I just started to look for something that stood out and represented me and my peoples as well. And the way I think is millionaire minded. I'm not just an artist. I could sit behind the boards, mix, engineer, master tracks. I could produce a track if I want to. I was actually making beats yesterday. I have my own studio. I could film, edit, movie, documentary, music video.
The whole nine, the whole
everything.
complete
You know what I'm
package.
saying? Definitely.
And you have some merch as well.
Yeah, definitely Millionaire Minded merch. You know what I'm saying? You can check that out on IG. Definitely got some flavor for y'all. I got new stuff coming for the fall. You know, we got hoodies, sweatshirts, and sweatpants coming. Track pants, track shirts. You know what I mean? Suits or whatever. So that's coming too.
Okay.
Yeah.
If anyone wanted to follow and network with you on social media, where can they find you?
I basically use Instagram. I do have all social networks, but at Therealpryce for on IG. That's TherealPryce. Don't put an I. It's Pryce. Therealpryce. You know, on Instagram. You'll see videos or little snippets, and then I got the link in the bio to the album. So y'all check that out, man.
Okay, definitely. We're going to definitely put the links down in the description box down below. All right. So right now we're going to play hip-hop music trivia. For all those that are first-timers watching this interview or watching Underground Alley, this is something we do in the interviews. It's fun with the artists. And I'm going to ask you a couple questions. I'm going to give you options. You can pick between, what options they give you. And I'll tell you if it's wrong, if it's not wrong. Hopefully you get it right. First question. What is widely regarded as the first hip-hop record? Is it Rapper's Delight, Go Go Crackin', Eighth Wonder, or Rappin' Blow Part 2?
Gotta be Rapper's Delight.
Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
You are correct. Okay, all right. See, I told you it was going to be easy. It's going to be easy. All right, so this is the next question. How many albums did the Notorious B.I.G. release before his death? Was it 3, 4, 1 or 2?
Oh, that'd be 2. Ready to Die and I shouldn't have named them. Oh man, I forgot the other one. Man.
Is that your final answer too?
Yeah.
The answer is 1 album, Ready to Die. Before he was murdered in a drive-by shooting, 16 days after his death, Biggie's double disc second album was released as planned with the shortening title of Life After Death and hit number 1 on the Billboard 200 charts.
I thought that dropped before.
Yeah. He probably was working on the second one.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next question is, what name did Lil Wayne go by originally? Was it Pimp Daddy, Shrimp Daddy, Little Daddy, or Baby Daddy?
That's Lil Daddy.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
The answer is Shrimp Daddy.
Yes. I don't even really want to call him any of those.
Which rapper is known for her alter egos, which includes Cookie, Harajuki Barbie, and Roman Zelensky? Yeah. Is it Missy Elliott, Cardi B, Lil' Kim, or Nicki Minaj?
That's Nicki.
Is that your final answer?
Final call right there. It's Nicki.
Yep, you are correct. All right, so this is going to be the last question. Okay. How many copies of Eminem's debut album, Infinite, did he sell? Was it 1 million, 10,000, 100,000, or 1,000?
That's Slim Shady. I'm gonna go for the million. I don't even know, but I'm gonna go for the million.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, let's go. I got confidence in you, Slim. I got confidence.
All right, so the answer is 1,000 copies, and I was shocked.
That's pretty.
Because sales for the album, which he recorded for the independent web entertainment label, were not infinite. In fact, he only sold about 1,000 copies. But poor sales and indifferent reviews led him to craft the angrier, modern tracks for which he would become famous. I guess he didn't do too well with that album.
He unleashed the animal in himself. So,
yes, he definitely did. So thank you for playing hip hop music trivia.
Yeah, I didn't do too
You got 2 out of 5. Next time, you're gonna do better. It's all right. It's all right. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Me, Underground Alley. Bliss,
hopefully you come through with some merch.
Got you.
And we'll definitely listen to the album. Well, actually, I've already listened to the album and I love it.
Thank you.
I love it.
Yeah, good reviews.
Yes, definitely. So everybody check out his album, Conversation with a King. Go to any social or digital platform and you'll be able to hear the whole entire album. Thank you for rocking with Underground Alley. Until next time, peace out.
This that feeling like a Rock Nation bunch or something. This that feeling of 1 million when you come from nothing. Pardon me, Sir William, but I need extra stuffing. I just came from a place that we all know is suffering. Please pardon my hunger, I'm kinda new to this. I'm trying to hold myself together, but this here tuna fish, the chef told me it's 10K for a plate of that. He asked me how I get in here, I said I'm great with raps. Came different, move swift from opposition. I could listen, that's what put me in my position. I could teach you how to eat like a dietitian. Every track I'm giving jewels, so don't try to skip it. This that waterfall shower, the Versace roll. This that fireplace, bare rug Ferrari flow. This that 100% on the stove poppy snow. This some shit you won't get from no one you probably know. This that acquired taste that you get from overseas. This that 85 Reagan when I lift the sleeves. This is art meets chaos when I rip the jeans. My flow hotter than sunbathe in the Philippines. Bring the best, grenade blow 'em to smithereens. What I mean, nobody you wanna intervene. Get in between collisions to get you center screen. I'm from a place where it pop and then you hear the scream.